That's what I noticed. So they show a dirt bike on the box, but look what brand it is. These ought to go good with my Yamaha blaster. Here we are. This is empty. We got this coffee container of oil. Yes, I know it's cheap oil from the dollar store, but it's just being used as gear oil, so it doesn't really matter. Wait a minute. Does that mean it's car oil? It'll work. Brand new clutches down there soaking in the oil, and then we'll pour this oil into the blaster. I never thought about this being car oil. Yeah, whatever. The comments don't tell me to do anything. I do as I wish. There's a push rod in there. We think the nut is backed off of it. The lock. I don't know. It's science. But the science ain't working. But it's working good enough to drive over there. You know what, actually riding the four-wheeler might be off limits. I'll have to take it down the road. That kind of sucks. I really want to ride it in the yard. But as you can clearly see, the yard is completely destroyed because of the blaster riding. You know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna give it the beans. It's loud under the carport. So loud, but it sounds good. Okay. Time to get to the actual fixing. Also, I can see it's not on a good lick. That's no big deal. Well, what caused the camera to... Okay, whatever. And no, I don't have the rubber O-ring that goes on this, and that is also why it leaks like a sieve.
So we need to take this off.
The foot peg? So if your blaster still has the cowl, you gotta pop it out. Mine does still have this cowl, or whatever you call it, on there. But if your blaster doesn't have one, which a lot of blasters don't have them anymore, because, I don't know, they get kicked off or broken or something like that, or even deleted, yeah, you'll have to take this off. Now there's proof you get more power with a shorter extension. Because it wouldn't take it off with the long one. So guys, the good thing is the kickstart actually came off, unlike last time. And that right there is our oil injector delete job.
No case.
Now you just remove, I don't know how many, a number of bolts, but there's very small, ridiculously small bolts holding this whole clutch cover on.
Case bolts.
Case bolts.
Remember where you take them out at. Somewhere longer than others.
And that, guys, is the inside of the Yamaha blaster side cover case thing. Right there is not loose. But it'll get the plate all sideways looking.
You stand a chance of binding things up, yes.
Now, we should be able to pull the clutch pack off. Clutch assembly. I kind of like the idea of the clutch assembly.
How it comes off. So when you assemble it,
You want to make sure that spring goes in the same spot.
this basket has a few little grooves in it right here.
It does.
Nothing bad. If they're deep grooves, it can make your clutch feel gritty,
Which is not fun.
which is not a good thing, but this one's not too bad. If they're deep grooves, you can take a Dremel
Or file.
or a file, and you can just smooth those grooves down a little bit. Don't cut into the arms a whole lot.
Because then you have play.
And you need as much meat as possible, but try to keep, you can take a Dremel and smooth them down a little bit. These are fine.
I got a
These
good
are not
question.
bad.
What causes a this clutch basket to explode? Why? Why does it do that sometimes?
Heat, break, cracks, that sort of thing.
That's loose.
This is your push rod. It's loose because you done took all the tension off.
Oh.
This is the push rod that goes all the way through to the engine over to your clutch lever.
So that's what that lever over there is pushing on when you pull in the clutch. It's got like a flat piece on it to act like a cam, and it pushes on it. It's a neutral, guys. So this inner piece is what spins the transmission, okay? The outer piece, as you can see, which is the clutch basket, has this big gear on it. And the small gear is the crankshaft. So it's already got a giant gear ratio. And then this whole clutch setup, it goes in a pattern and stuff like that. I'm not going to describe it because that would take a good 5 hours. It's broken? It's like broken half. Well, that's bad luck. At least we know why my clutch is acting up. Luckily, one's readily available. Whatever readily means.
We don't have one with us.
There's a blaster over there. So, up on further inspection, this is meant to be a two-piece rod, okay? So these are supposed to be that way. Why? 'Cause they don't really look broken. Actually, you know what I say that? They totally look broken off. But Let me just pull up a picture, I think. Well, after looking at the picture, they come brand new burnt on the edges. I thought this was a severe problem. I thought they were trying to weld together or something. At least my dad thought that too. So this is normal for them to get that hot? I don't know. Because the brand new ones, they're heat bent like that. But here's the real problem. I totally thought it was broken in half, but evidently not. The real problem is, see that on the end? So the ball bearing that went in there, as you saw in the picture, we lost the ball bearing and actually found it later when we reassembled the engine. We replaced this ball bearing with a BB, a brass BB. And obviously, as you can clearly tell, brass does not hold up well inside a Yamaha blaster clutch. Come on, focus. Oh my gosh. Focus. Oh my wow. Okay, whatever. You get the point. It's really welded on the end. Sharp. Well, I assume the internal parts are harder than this brass BB, so nothing got damaged. This is why my clutch was acting funny. Because this ball is half the height that it should be. But the thing is that this brass BB lasted for quite a long time. Because this was in here the entire life of the time I've had it, which is a year, of my Yamaha blaster. And it was just a handful of weeks ago that this started having issues. So if you really want to get by, you can use a BB, but it's not a permanent solution. And it will cost you a new pushrod assembly. The best way to learn things is the hard way. Okay, I'm back again for a second. I don't know what I do with that chunk of metal, but anyways, I fixed the push rods. Doesn't mean we're going to use them because we still don't have the proper bearing ball, and apparently they're supposed to have a divot on the end. As you see, I got it off, and I sanded it down, and it's pretty smooth. Looks like it might work. This one I didn't touch. This one. One on the side. This one. See, kind of like a divot shape, and no, that got hot. Anyways, these are runnable, but not great. So we're just gonna order a new everything again. So here's the old clutches. Well, there isn't really. Be careful here. These got holes in them. I don't know why that is. It's still got clutch material on it. It's rubbing off though. Not too bad. There's a spring in there. I don't know where that went. I just want to make sure I don't mess that up. Oh, I see it. It's still there. The right spot. Well, bye guys, and see you next time. And that was bad luck.